We're bringing you through Munich, the center of Bavaria in southern Germany. The old church of St. Peter's overlooking the town square in front of the Rathaus. Very ancient church, but on the inside it has a Baroque decor. Of course, like most German cities, Munich is a large modern place, but in the center they have preserved that old historic feeling. The old town, and that's where we'll focus primarily in today's program, because that's really what you want to see as a visitor. Most of these streets are restricted. Cars are not allowed in there unless they have a special permit, and there's a lot of pedestrian walls with no automobile traffic at all. So it really makes it a wonderful experience to walk around in the center, and in the middle of it all is the Rathaus. It's the old city hall, and their Glockenspiel is probably the world's most famous. It puts on quite a show every hour. Out comes the jesters, out comes the jousters, knights on horseback. It looks like. Our Hawaii group enjoying the time here in the Marienplatz in front of the Rathaus. You want to get there on the hour at 11 a.m. They have a particularly good show. And then the cock crows and the show winds down. Another place to view it all from is up on top of Peter's Church. There's a wonderful viewpoint up here. You can look out over the rooftops of the city and enjoy this vista. There's the great cathedral in the background, the dome, and the rooftops of the old town in the foreground. A lot of this area was bombed pretty heavily during World War II by the American ace bombers, but it's all been rebuilt now in the old style. And in front of the Rathaus, very often there are entertainers performing, buskers putting on a show. Often it's musicians putting on a free show, or jugglers or magicians. And today we've got a fellow on a big unicycle. Gets up there with the help from some people in the crowd and then takes off on his wild ride. And remember the etiquette, if you're enjoying the show and you're down there nearby, put a little tip in his cup. They're in it for the money and to entertain the crowds. So this view is really worth the climb from Peter's Church. It's the oldest church in town, and it's not too steep. It's like climbing up a 7-story staircase. You can handle that. Then you climb back on down into Marienplatz again in front of the Rathaus. Rebuilt after World War II with the original stones largely and bricks in the heart of the pedestrian center of town. You'll also find a lot of quick eateries. There's bakeries, there's sandwich places, sausage places. You'll never go hungry in Munich or thirsty. The Hofbrauhaus is the most famous of all the beer halls. Passing through the old courtyard of the Alterhof, we're out for a stroll and a walking tour, so come along. To give you some orientation from here, to your right is the Althof, the residence, the opera. So we'll continue around this S-curve. It's primarily for pedestrians, trams. Certain cars can come through if they have a permit or commercial reason to be here. But just the little S-curve wandering through, and it's going to connect us up with a couple of other major squares in town. There's the Theaterstrasse, which comes off straight to the left, and Max Joseph Platz, which is just to the right.